Hello, everyone. It's the Prophet Michael David, aka Aries, and I hope everyone's having at least a tolerable day. It's been a while. Okay, so this video, hopefully, it's not going to be that long, is going to be a filler video, transition video. I'm going to tell you what I'm doing right now and what I'm going to be doing here in the near future. All right, well, my YouTube channel has obviously not blown up in the last few years, nor have I been arrested for tax evasion yet. But so what I'm going to do is my miracles, mathematical miracles, in order: twin prime conjecture, Collett's conjecture, perfect numbers conjectures, and Riemann hypothesis are the four that I've solved. And I'm working on Goldbach right now. But what I'm going to do here in the next four videos is I'm going to go back, even though I've done videos on them before, multiple on some of them. I'm going to collate all my information, and I have come up with other ways to explain the information. So I'm going to do like an update on all four of them so that, I can use with the jury or a mathematician, basically like a TED talk, but, uh, you know, more intuitive than I did it before because I know more about the problem. Because as I've said in the past, I'm always gated by this quote from David Hilbert. Okay, real quick before I start saying some real mean girl shit about this planet and you all. So basically, my plan is that I'm gonna use you guys as, um, you know, my way to construct the TED Talks that eventually that I can take down to the University of Cincinnati and talk to with the mathematicians. And you're going to say, well, haven't you tried to do this before? Yeah, before I was less developed, and I've emailed a lot of people, but I'm like, they're a selfish little sect. They don't, as I said before, they don't give a shit unless they come up with it or their graduate students come up with it so they can steal credit. They do not care if an outsider solves any equation outstanding conjectures in the world, which I have. So that's the ultimate plan. I got to do an all four, and I'm going to start doing that at my breakfast places in the morning. And then, like I said, I will make videos about them and basically hold your hand, show you all the equations on all of my spreadsheets, like literally dumb it down to the dumbest that I can possibly make it. And this is for not you guys, I'm not really calling you guys dumb, but for the professional mathematicians. I got to dumb it down for the professional mathematicians, even though it's simple shit. All right, all that being said, uh, how's your planet going? Yeah, it's a seems like it's in a freaking death spiral everywhere. Between the war between men and women, you got the war in Ukraine, you got the war in the land they blasphemously called Israel. You got China about to collapse. It's probably going to go, start a war against Taiwan, which will involve the United States then, because that's how all these despots act. When things are about to collapse, they start a war, kind of like Netanyahu and, again, the land they blasphemously call Israel. So you guys are going to keep getting the same. And then, there may or may not be another virus outbreak in China, another variant of COVID, which will uh, sweep the globe. The tariff war, all in all, it looks like the global economy is about to collapse and you all about to lose a lot of money, real estate about to collapse everywhere, and just like the worst of times. Who could have prophesied this? So again, this YouTube channel never blew up, but for my 20 subscribers, I love you guys. You guys at least keep watching some of it for a while. And I saw that there's some people that have been watching the math stuff over and over, which was another reason. Not that I look at the website all the time. I don't. Obviously, I've been posting progressively less and less and less and doing other stuff, but it's come to the point where, you know, if I'm just a crazy person that knows about math, a lot about math, but I'm not quite correct, then the mathematician should be pretty easily to dismiss me, but I'm not. It doesn't explain all the other stuff either. Like I've always said, I can explain exactly what happened to me, but the religious stuff or the God stuff, you got to take on faith. But the math stuff is totally objective. You can check that out. But all I've ever gotten was with the professional mathematicians, either they don't respond to emails at all, even a courtesy one, or in person, they would always say, it's interesting, but I can't help you out. I have to grade some papers. So, it's kind of like the saying, who has two thumbs and has been trying more than any other person in the world to prove that I am not a prophet and that I did not solve all this math stuff. This guy. And if I can't do it, you guys can't do it because I'm smarter than you. I'm way, 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 way smarter than you. So now you're asking, okay, so if you're this like totalitarian end times prophet that is all of them, Mashiach, Mahdi, Kalki, Emperor of the East, Bahana, and then, the Earth Diver, that encompasses the entire world, then you actually have a plan to save the entire world? Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't be much worth much to you if I didn't have a plan to save the world. It's just applied engineering, but to do so, I got to have absolute power. And now you're thinking there's no way that can happen, but you'd be surprised what humans can be, um, you know, what they can believe and who they can believe in. If it's 8.2 billion against one, and I'm giving you all these abilities to disprove me and you can't do it, then, I'm still going to have this face on until somebody does it. There's only three situations here, legally or with the mathematicians or whatever. Number one, they prove me that I'm just a very smart, crazy person, and then basically I'm free. I sell the house, I move to the east and watch this planet fall, hopefully not before my lifetime. Number two, they keep doing the same shit they're doing right now. And like, it's interesting, and we can't prove you wrong, obviously, but we have to grade our papers, or people just ignore me, or, you know, like, I would have thought they would have sued me for tax evasion by now, but they haven't done that. It seems like everybody on the planet but me is totally incompetent at their jobs. And then number three, you're all like, okay, you are the guy, so you need to have absolute power over all executive. And then that's just for the fact that I'm not here to negotiate with your world leaders. I'm here to replace them. I'm not here to change your culture or your countries or what you call yourselves, just to get everybody in the world working together. Because right now, the way things are going, and you've seen all the computer simulations, not just the prophet telling you that the way things are going with the birth rate, with the natural disasters, with everything, that as I've prophesized on April 5th, 2021, in the next 3 to 5 decades, at least half the world population, 4 billion, over 4 billion, 4.1 billion people will die, which means that if you are a mom, you're going to have to bury half your kids and a 50-50 chance to bury your spouse, or vice versa, you know? Or if you want to look at the other way, half of you are going to be corpses and half of you are going to be grave diggers. Okay, again, I'm going to sign off here really quick. It was good talking to you all again after a while. Like I said, in the past, I've made all my claims, but here in the future, in the next 4 videos, I'm going to try to dumb down my solutions to all the conjectures that I've solved, to like the most basic level. I'll show you screenshots of my algebra if it's that way. I'll show you my logic. I'll show you all my spreadsheets, and I'll show you the equations. It'll probably be tedious, like some of my old school ones that took me a long time to produce. But again, it's necessary because the logic is not that hard to deal with, nor is the math. We're talking about high school math, right? I deal in mod lines and algebra and geometry. It's not calculus. It's not differential equations. It's not professional mathematicians' hieroglyphics. It's simple stuff. It's the same math that the ancients used. I just have modern technology to see more patterns, and that's what I do. I pick up patterns. Anyway, ending on that note, as always, rule number one: do not touch other people without their consent, aka do not hurt each other. And rule number 2, it's all about honesty. Lies are a tick down, aka try not to lie. All right, I love you all very much. I will talk to you later, and I promise I will start working on these videos.